Hey everyone, today we're going to do something a little different. We're diving into a source that, let's be honest, can be a real headache for just about anyone, an Amazon product page. We're going to take apart the page for a super popular gaming laptop, the Acer Nitro V, and figure out what all that tech jargon actually means.
You know the feeling, right? You're hunting for a new laptop, and suddenly you're drowning in a sea of acronyms, refresh rates, and processor names. It's confusing. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to slice right through the marketing speak and build a really clear picture of this machine using only the info from its product page. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with a quick overview. Then we'll dive deep into the heart of the machine, its processor and graphics card. After that, we'll check out that all-important screen, cover the practical stuff like cooling and ports, and finally, we'll wrap it all up by putting all the specs in one easy-to-read spot.
Okay, first things first. Let's see what the product page wants you to notice right away. This is their big pitch, the stuff they think is most important to know about this laptop.
So, right off the bat, the page gives us the core DNA of this machine. You can see it's built around a super fast screen for smooth gaming, a modern processor and graphics card that can handle today's titles, and a really solid amount of memory and storage. And that 512GB PCIe Gen 4 SSD, yeah, that means your games are going to load in a flash. This is the foundation everything else is built on.
Now, let's pop the hood and get into the real engine room. What's actually powering this thing? We'll start with the brains of the operation, the CPU.
Acer uses this line on the page to kind of frame how we should think about this processor. What they're telling us is that it's not just a one-trick pony for gaming. It's designed to be a multitasking beast.
The page points to the Intel Core i5 processor, which has 8 cores and 12 threads. Think of it like this. The cores are individual workers, and the threads are the number of tasks they can handle at once. Having more of both means this laptop can juggle your game, stream your gameplay to your friends, and even run other creative software, all without breaking a sweat.
And now for the other half of the power couple, the graphics card. The product page uses this phrase to introduce the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5050. And they're promising a huge leap in how realistic your games are going to look and feel.
The page makes a big deal about a feature called DLSS. So what on earth is that? Well, to put it simply, it's this super smart AI tech that magically boosts your frame rates. This means you get buttery smooth gameplay and higher performance without really sacrificing visual quality. For gamers, that is a massive, massive win.
All right, you've got all this power, but what are you actually looking at? Let's talk about the screen. According to the product page, this display is all about two key things, looking great and being incredibly fast.
You gotta love a good marketing line, right? This one sums it up perfectly. But let's look at the actual specs that are behind the picture-perfect and furiously fast claims.
Okay, for the picture-perfect part, the page tells us it's a 15.6-inch screen with a Full HD or 1080p resolution. This is kind of the gold standard for a lot of gamers. It gives you sharp, crisp details without being so demanding that it tanks your performance. It's a perfect balance.
Now for the furiously fast. This is where it gets really exciting. The key number here is 165 Hz. That's the screen's refresh rate. Just to put that into perspective, your standard office monitor is probably 60 Hz. This screen updates almost 3 times as often, which means you get incredibly smooth motion. In fast-paced games, that can literally be the difference between winning and losing.
All right, moving on to the practical stuff. A powerful gaming laptop creates a ton of heat. I mean, a laptop that overheats is basically a very expensive paperweight. So how does the product page say this machine handles it? The page hits this head-on with the phrase, "keep your cool." It talks about a cooling system that has dual fans and these specially placed exhausts. The whole idea is to pull in cool air and shove out hot air as efficiently as possible so the laptop doesn't slow down or throttle when you're in the middle of a long gaming session. Okay, let's talk ports. I know, it can look like a confusing mess of letters and numbers. But here they are, all laid out. The real superstar here is that Thunderbolt 4 port. That's a super fast, do-it-all connection for everything from external hard drives to fancy monitors. You also get plenty of regular USB ports and, importantly, an Ethernet port for a stable, wired internet connection. Okay, for our final section, we're going to do something super helpful. We're taking all those little technical details that are scattered all over the product page and putting them all into one clean, simple table. This makes it so much easier to see everything at a glance.
And boom, here it is. So much easier to read, right? This just distills everything down. We can see it comes with Windows 11 Home, it's got 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and it supports Wi-Fi 6 for really fast wireless speeds. It even tells you the weight, 4.66 pounds, giving you a complete snapshot of the whole machine.
So, after digging through all the specs on the page, what's the big takeaway? Well, it's clear that Acer is positioning the Nitro V as way more than just a gaming machine. It's really framed as this versatile, all-around laptop that can easily handle your creative projects and streaming too.
So in the end, the product page tells a story of a machine built on 3 key pillars: a super fast display, a really versatile processor, and some seriously smart AI-powered graphics. It paints a picture of a balanced system for someone who does a lot more than just game. The only question left is that the right story for you?